Yes, it's Massive Crew back once again with another video, and as I promised, I'm going to do a video now on how to set up the key groups on this Akai. Okay guys, so here we have the Akai. First thing I'm going to do before we go into loading the key group up is load the samples. As you can see, I've got my lovely HXC emulator installed now, all working on the 950. I'm going to just go to there and I'm going to load all of the Amen samples. As you can see, I can do that. That's one way to do it. Just press disk and then load, or I can just go to all samples here and I can load all samples, because I think basically this has got pretty much all of my Amen samples. So I'm just going to hit all samples. That's going to load up. And then once that's finished loading, we're going to get into setting up the key groups. I've also got another video which is going to show you the advanced process of setting up sort of key groups on multiple channels, etc. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show you how to set up an Amen loop on here. Now, what I'm loading at the moment is an Amen drum, which is basically cut up into pieces. I can do another video and show you how to do that as well. Comment down below if you want to see that, guys. So here we have it. So I've go to the curse control here, as you can see, and I'm going to play back this now. Okay, so there you have it. So I've got all the Amens there. I've got different cuts. I've got that. I've got this little stretchy bit, symbol, another piece, and so on, so on. So they're all numbered, so I've done it like that, yeah? So, okay. So, guys, comment down below if you want to see how I did that Amen chop up as well. Let me know what you think. Anyway, so basically you go to your edit program, right? And this is a tone program. A tone program is where you keep key groups. Key groups are basically, how can I put it in a simple way? Key groups are basically a collection of your samples assigned to different keys on your keyboard that you can trigger separately. That's what key groups are. So you start here with just one key group, which is this one, yeah, tone, which says tone there. And what I'll do with that is I'm going to set this to, first I'm going to select the sample that goes in the key group. So as you can see, Amen 1 is going into this key group, right? So what you'll get when you do that is when you play on the keyboard, on your sampler, once you've hit MIDI and take off Omni. Omni means it will receive on 16 channels, but we only want to receive on one for now, which is going to be channel 1, MIDI channel 1. So what you do is go to edit program, and then key group number 1 is Amen 1, yeah? Now, you want to put that on, say, a key, which is like C3, for example. So you turn the low key, because you have low key and high key. The low key is the lowest key that you want to play. So if you play below C3 on the keyboard or C2, it won't play. It will only play from C2 to G8. So in our case, we just want it to play on one note. So we're going to set this. Let's just go to start with, like, seeing as it's on 1, let's start at C1, which is 36, and bring this one right down to C1 as well. So the high key we're going to bring down to C1. As you can see, it can do more than just C1 to C8. You can do a range of stuff on there, right? So I'm just going to go to C1, which is 36. So that's this key, Amen, on C1, right? Now, if we go to the keyboard, if we go to the actual, the actual keyboard now, you'll see when you press a key, you should be able to see some sort of MIDI transmission. So guys, as you can see, I'm on my DAW, or Renoise, or whatever you want to call it, yeah? So what I do here now is I have to make sure that I've got an instrument and I would go assigned to the correct MIDI port that I want to transmit to my Akai. So I literally go to here, and every dial's got a MIDI output section. You just make sure that it's selecting the right MIDI output port of your audio interface. My one has got sort of 2 MIDI outputs, giving me a total of 32 outs, which is great. And I could connect that to 2 different MIDI devices or 2 different Akai if I want, and have up to 32 channels. But anyway, for the purposes of this, let's not get into that. I'm going to set that to 1, and then when you press a key, you should see some MIDI transmission going on. There you go. So I've got, as you can see, I'm now triggering. I'm now triggering MIDI, yeah, using my keys. And as you can see, I've got the Amen configured. Right, and that's basically how you make sure that you would set up your DAW. Again, if you were using multiple channels, you would do the same. Select your output, and then make sure that your MIDI channel is selected, i.e. 2 for the second instrument, so on and so forth. But for the purpose of this, we're going to just use MIDI channel 1. So now what I want to do now is I want to set this to MIDI channel 1, which it is. And as you can see now, I'm going to turn down my Akai, my other Akais, and I can see I'm getting a signal on 1. But remember, I've set this key up here. I've set this key up here to show as C1, which is my Q key. But on the keyboard, it will just be a normal MIDI instrument. So MIDI keyboard, say for example. So I'll just hit that here. And you hear that? That's now playing the Amen on C1. But the problem is with that now. Alright, cool. Yeah, so the problem is with that, it's playing too slow. So what you want to do is you want it to play at its normal pitch. Now to tackle that, what we do is we put this on what you call constant pitch. So we go to the key group itself, scroll down, and we go to constant pitch, which will make it play at its original key. So scroll down, it's menu number 15. Scroll along using the arrow keys here, as you can see there, guys. Yeah, and then you would just turn it to on. Yay! Now if your Amen's too slow, you can always use the pitch part of it as well. So you'd go, you set all your pitch up. So let's get a little loop going. So that's how you do that, yeah? So now you set your key group up, you've got it on 1 track. Next, to get the next sample on, you would then go to copy. We're running a little bit out of time here. So you go to copy, and then you would just put that on number 2. Yeah, and then while you're there, you might as well put your key up 1, so that would be on the C sharp, which I'm playing on the keyboard. Yeah, that's the next key up. Then the next one, you would go to copy number 2, which is number 3. Then you would make that number 3, and then that would be the next key up. Okay, we've got both of them on C sharp, so we want to change this to C to the D key now. Okay, so we got that. Yeah. Now, also we would go again, copy that 1 more time. I hope this is clear, guys. If you've got any questions, just fire them down below. If you want to see any other videos as well. So I'm going to put this up to the next key again. So that's D sharp. And we're rolling, yeah? So as you can see there, next one, D sharp, back to that number 4, then press it again, that's number 5. Then we'll go to cymbal, and then we've got to put that up another key to get it off of the key that we got that on. Now, here's the deal. With that cymbal, I could do something tricky, right? What I could do with that, a little quick trick on there, I'll go back to constant pitch, which is menu 15. And then I'll turn that off on just that 1 key group, right? So go to 0, turn that off there, and then that will be playing slow. Yeah. Then I could go to my transpose. This is like advanced editing here kind of thing, right? And then I could put that on one key, yeah? And I could span it. So instead of having it on one key group, I could have it on like a few, multi. You could also do the same with a snare if you wanted to. So again, I would then get that. And then I would go again plus. And then I would just change this to, so it ends at D sharp. So we want that to start at E. So D sharp, then we start at E2. And then another little round of snares. So we could do some mad snare stuff in there. Right, so that would be, hold on. Hold on, press enter. Okay. Yeah, so now it's kind of fast, so we'll bring the transpose down. We're just going to do some wild stuff with it, so I'll bring it down. You get the drift, yeah? So something like along those lines. So that would be how you would do that. And all of those, all of that amen there, you can carry on. Obviously, I've got a lot more amens in there at the moment. I could go on, but it's pointless for the sake of this video because you get the drift. And then that would be on MIDI channel 1. Then I would start a new key group. Again from here, if I want to go on to another MIDI channel. And assign from there. So guys, if you want to see how to configure MIDI channels now with key groups, please smash that like button. If I get to 200 likes, guys, I know the video's a bit wonky, I will then upload another video. Please like, share, subscribe. If anybody wants to learn how to use Akai, please holler at your boy. I always upload videos like this all the time. That's it for today's video, guys. Take care. God bless. Peace.